Swimming quietly in the depths of the deep blue sea lies a monster so deadly that sharks become pets, whales become small, and entire nations become endangered. This beast is none other than the Ohio-class submarine of the U.S. Navy, and it's one of the newest weapons deployed by the U.S. to dictate the ongoing war in the Middle East. Ohio-class in the war in the Middle East. It's no longer news. One of the largest wars in recent history broke out a few months ago. Tens of thousands have lost their lives, and the goal of every sane third party is to ensure the war doesn't grow into a wider regional conflict. Should that happen, well, let's just say that's a recipe for World War. The U.S. is one such sane third party. Since the war began, 2 American aircraft carriers, one of them the largest in the world, were deployed to police the region and make sure other forces didn't get involved. Fighters soon followed suit, personnel too, and now the Ohio-class submarine, arguably the most lethal military vehicle on the planet, has joined the action. On November 5th, 2023, an Ohio-class submarine arrived in the Middle East. Its mere presence changes everything. Only a few assets on the planet can dictate the behavior of an entire war, and the Ohio-class submarine is one such asset. American allies gain more confidence, the opposition gets the opposite, and third parties are more reluctant to join in. This battle-deciding reputation is only half of what makes the Ohio-class submarine so impressive. The other half is the ship's incredible capabilities. Ohio-class, incredible capabilities. The Ohio-class submarines are the largest and most advanced submarines ever built for the U.S. Navy. 18 submarines currently operate in the class, 14 of which are nuclear-armed SSBNs, while the remaining 4 are SSGN attack subs. The 14 SSBNs maintain a continuous at-sea presence, ready to launch their missiles in response to a nuclear attack on the U.S. or its allies, and therefore form the sea-based leg of America's nuclear triad. Strategic bombers such as the B-2 Spirit and intercontinental ballistic missiles such as the Minuteman III are the air and land-based assets to complete this triad. The nuclear-armed Ohio-class SSBNs deal untold destruction through an arsenal of Trident II-D5 submarine-launched ballistic missiles. Each Trident II missile packs up to 12 nuclear warheads, has a range of 7,000 miles, and can strike targets with incredible precision. Ohio-class submarines each carry up to 20 of these missiles and, therefore combined, can carry up to 3,360 nuclear warheads at a time. Today, Ohio-class submarines carry about half of all active American nuclear warheads, making them the most destructive system in the world. And while the Trident missiles traversing the seas today have no targets in mind, they can quickly be assigned target from ground bases using secure and constant radio communication links. This means these missiles can randomly go swimming on a normal sunny afternoon and, at the command of the ground base, instantly change the geography of the Earth. This is a godlike power. The 4 SSGNs are just as powerful as the SSBNs, aside from their reluctance to wield nuclear weapons. In fact, the SSGNs were originally SSBNs. They were the first 4 Ohio-class SSBNs to be built. Between 2002 and 2008, they were converted into SSGN attack subs. As attack submarines, they are armed mainly with up to 154 Tomahawk missiles, which is rather interesting because the latest version of the Tomahawk can, in fact, carry nuclear warheads. Either way, nuclear-armed or non-nuclear-armed, SSBN or SSGN, Ohio-class submarines are mighty, capable of holding their own in any conflict. Each of these $3.2 billion vessels is a 19,000-ton weapon of mass destruction that can swim at a top speed of 25 knots and have a virtually unlimited range, a result of having a nuclear reactor as a propulsion system. This propulsion system also enables each submarine to dive to depths of more than 1,500 feet, remain submerged for up to 90 days at a time, and operate for 15 years without refueling. Impressive to say the least. For the last 4 decades, these submarines have ensured American dominance on the seas, creating a legacy that historians will study and admire for generations to come. Now, they are in the latter stages of their service life, as the submarine class is expected to retire in the 2030s after a half-century of good work. They'll leave the next generation of SSBN and SSGN submarines to carry on this work and build a legacy of their own. And if their capabilities are anything to go by, the next generation of nuclear-powered American submarines is mighty capable of succeeding the Ohio class. Here they are, the next generation of American submarines, replacing the Ohio class. Replacing the Ohio-class submarines is far from easy. The submarine is as close to perfect as the U.S. has ever seen. But it's not impossible. New generation classes of SSGNs and SSBNs are already taking shape to perform the tasks of the Ohio class just as good, if not better. Here are the new submarine classes. Virginia class. The Virginia class is a new generation of American SSGN attack submarines that will ensure American dominance in conventional sea-based battles for the foreseeable future. Submarines of this class are not only taking shape, but already entering service, making the Virginia class the latest submarine class in service. As a result, they feature the latest and most advanced submarine technologies the U.S. can conjure. This includes the latest stealth, intelligence gathering, weapon systems, and a host of other innovations not found in previous U.S. submarine classes or any submarine class across the world. Virginia-class submarines feature unified modular masts, where all masts share a common design that allows them to be puzzled together into an integrated system for housing, erecting, and supporting their advanced mast-mounted antennas and sensors, such as the U-shaped large aperture bow, LAB, sonar, lightweight wide aperture arrays, LWWA, on the port and starboard flanks, a TB, 29-towed passive array for rearward detection, and so on. The result of all these is a wholesome and efficient sensing of the environment that gives the submarines a sense first, kill first advantage over the opposition. Each Virginia-class submarine is armed with 65 missiles and torpedoes in total, including the UGM-84 subharpoon missile, the novel anti-ship and land attack dual-purpose Tomahawk, and the Mark 48 advanced capability ADCAP heavyweight guided torpedoes. And according to open-source budget documents, Virginia-class submarines could soon be the first submarines to wield high-energy, 300 to 500 kilowatts laser weapons. As is tradition with American SSGNs, Virginia-class submarines are designed for a broad spectrum of open ocean and littoral missions, including anti-submarine warfare and intelligence-gathering operations. Submarines of the class have a 25-knot top speed on the surface and an Olympic gold-winning 35 knots underwater. This impressive mobility is thanks to a General Electric S9G nuclear reactor propulsion system that can run for more than 30 years at a stretch without refueling. 23 of the planned 66 Virginia-class submarines are already in service, each with a cost between $2.80 and $4.3 billion. With 10 more of these lethal machines already under construction, it's safe to say that America's SSGN fleet is in good hands when the Ohio-class SSGNs retire. Columbia-class. To replace the 14 Ohio-class SSBNs in service, this is a Columbia-class, a class of 12 SSBN submarines that, when completed, will be the largest and most advanced submarines ever built by the U.S. They will provide the sea-based leg of the U.S. strategic nuclear deterrence triad for decades to come. Each Columbia-class submarine will have a displacement of 21,000 tons, almost 10% heavier than the Ohio-class subs. Despite the larger size, the Columbia-class subs will be operated by a similar complement size of 155 personnel, thanks to intelligent automation that makes the ships more efficient to operate. Powered by nuclear reactors, the submarines of this class would have a top speed of 20 knots and would be capable of operating for the 40-year service life of the submarine without refueling. The Columbia-class will be equipped with a larger version of the Virginia-class sonar system and a pump-jet propulsor for improved stealth and maneuverability over its predecessor. Columbia-class submarines will carry 16 Trident 2D5LE submarine-launched ballistic missiles, each armed with up to 12 nuclear warheads. Like on the Ohio-class, the Trident 2D5LE is an upgraded version of the Trident 2D5 missile with enhanced accuracy, service life, and reliability. As a result, the Columbia-class submarines will be able to launch the 7,000-mile range missiles from whatever ocean depth while traveling at whatever speed. The Columbia-class submarines are currently the #1 acquisition priority of the U.S. Navy. At a hefty unit cost of $9 billion, the Navy plans to procure one Columbia-class submarine per year from 2021 to 2035, around the time the Ohio-class finally bids its farewell. But until then, the Ohio-class remains the sea monster that it is. As the war in the Middle East continues to rage, the U.S. must deploy more and more powerful assets to strike order in the hearts of the warring parties. And what better way to do that today than with an Ohio-class submarine? To help the submarine achieve its peacekeeping mission in the Middle East, the U.S. Navy needs you to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. So do that now, and thanks for watching.